Hello and welcome back to the channel.
3S, seriously?
Back again with the TT-02, and this is the third video in the series of slowly upgrading this particular car. In the first video we did basic upgrades of bearings, aluminium parts, drive shafts, oil-filled coilover shocks, and most significantly the steering mod, which has had a phenomenal amount of views for a small channel. Really well worth watching that if you haven't. And also the high-speed gear set and a metal geared servo. In the last video we took this chassis and upgraded it with a brushless motor and ESC. So I've done a lot to change this TT-02 into more of a precision engineered chassis, and it's probably time to see if it can handle 3S. Now the only other thing that I would like to do to prepare it for that is to put in some metal diffs, so that's the first thing to do. And also an aluminium motor mount to give it the maximum amount of stiffness. The diffs on the TT-02 are identical front and back, and I've gone with the eBay aluminium casing and metal gears, so time will tell to see if they're any good. I've already put the front one in, so here we're just dismantling the back. And we already upgraded the high-speed gear set from Tamiya in the last video. The stock diffs are plastic, a good quality plastic, but still probably not as robust as metal. So this is a full like-for-like replacement of the whole diff, and does include the drive gear for the prop shaft as well. And we want to give the diff housing a really good clean out, because grease and dirt makes a really good grinding paste. Time to put the motor back on, and it's a 3450 kV brushless motor from eTronics. In with the high-speed spur gear. That seems to have meshed well. And aluminium heatsink, just to help with cooling, which might be a problem. And this goes one way in particular with the larger fins on the outside, so it clears the prop shaft. So in the last video we had the 45 amp eTronics brushless ESC, and that's probably not up to the job any longer, so we're replacing it with a 60 amp brushless ESC. So back to the rear diff, and it comes with an aluminium casing, and the bearings are identical to the ones we took off the stock diff. And as I said, it comes with the prop shaft gear. So you've got the large crown gear, and then next to that you've got 4 small gears, and then the 2 large gears which go onto the ends of the drive cups. The 2 drive cup gears have rectangular holes in the middle to receive the drive cups, making sure there's plenty of grease in there. And then it's the fiddly bit, which is the 2 cross axles which hold the small gears, and there's 4 of those. And I found it easier to make it into 2 sort of dumbbell shapes and then put one on top of the other and drop that into the diff housing. Another generous dollop of grease, and the other large drive cup gear on the other side. And then finally the crown gear, which will only go on one way, and that's fastened with 4 bolts. And the other bearing and drive cup. That's the diff complete. I'm just going to check it works, which it does, and it is really smooth. Quite impressed with that. Nice. So in that goes. Make sure you get it the right way, because if you flip it the wrong way, you'll have one axle going in the opposite direction. So here I'm just checking it all runs together. Another generous amount of grease on the crown gear. Gearbox cover back on, and then just building back up the rear end. And the final upgrade to get this ready for 3S is a gyro, and I've gone with a very inexpensive eTronics gyro available from eBay, and this is just hopefully going to help add a bit of stability at speed. Just checking the gyro is set up in the right way. So for the most part I'll continue to run this on these 2S batteries. But the main purpose of this video is to get the car ready for 3S, and this is the battery that I'll be using. And I've gone for some medium compound tyres with a little bit of a tread, but also with a bit more of a substantial shoulder, because this is going to be running some speed, and the sponges are in there as well. And I've also got some nice Lamborghini show wheels, and I might try these as well just to see how they compare. Wow, how stable are those wheels? So that all looks rather promising, and I can't wait to get this out and give it a run. I was going to do that and include it in this video, but it hasn't stopped raining, so I will do a separate video for the run and keep this as a workshop video for reference. I have actually built a body shell specifically for this project. I might not run this particular body shell on 3S full send, but it would be really nice on the 2S, I think. Also got some 6 and 9mm offset wheels to fill the arches and give it some extra stability. So I'll do the run video and the comparison between 2 and 3S just as soon as I can. And if I do that quickly, by the time you watch this video, there should be a link at the end to that next one. So thanks for watching, and look out for the next one. It should be rather interesting. Thanks.